Hello everybody and welcome to Sports Vehicle Performance, and today we are back with our Porsche 993 project, and today we're going to be going ahead and stripping all the suspension down. If you didn't watch our previous video where we got the engine and gearbox out, we mentioned all the bits that will be going into this car. So to do that, we've got to obviously strip all the suspension, get it all blasted, nice and clean, and then rebuild it up with all the new poly bushes and all the better suspension parts that we have. So yeah, we're going to be going ahead and starting with the rear suspension, all the rear corners. We're going to start with the right side, then to the left, and hopefully should be able to get the front subframe out fairly easily. We'll get it out, and then we'll strip it into individual pieces, and then that can all be boxed up and taken to be blasted. So yeah, hopefully get on well. See you in a minute. Right, so you join me in the engine bay of the car pretty much. I was just trying to show you some of the suspension components and what we've got to remove to get this stripped. So if I turn the camera around quickly, hopefully, there we go. So basically first thing I'm going to do is remove this rear subframe section. So this is like a bar that goes across the two halves and goes underneath the engine and gearbox. You have to remove this to get the engine gearbox out. We've put this back in, so we move the car into this room. It's fairly simple, just two little bolts there and there, and then it will come out along with everything else. And then basically once these are out, we can then go ahead and remove these top sections. Hopefully I can get a torch just to show you them, so you can see them here. They actually connect to the top, so basically both of them will come out at the same time. It's just, again, two bolts, you can see them there and there. It's just a sort of, I guess, like a brace really, just for a bit of strength then really, all the way around the top. And once those are out, it then means we can go ahead and strip these big sections here on the actual main arm. And then basically the plan is to quite simply get the whole rear corner to drop as a whole, and also the damper at the top, which is there. Hopefully you can see that right now. Haven't turned the camera around properly, but if not, B-roll. But yeah, so our entire plan is to basically take a whole rear corner down and then strip it when it's out of the car. So that way we're not having to remove a load of components while it's still in the car. Instead, we can just kind of go straight at it, remove the main components, attaching it to the actual chassis of the car, and then drop it out. But yeah, there's a few other things, like the brake caliper's got to come off, obviously. And then yeah, it's pretty much it though. Should be quite straightforward as well actually, so hopefully we can get this done rather quick. But I'm going to start with this centre bar right here, as you can see, and then move on to these. So yeah, see you when I'm done. Right, so as you may have been able to see with the time lapse, I've finally gotten this rear corner apart. It's basically off, it's on the jack, and all we have to do now is basically pull it out of the way, which hopefully, if we layer it down, it should all come as one piece. There we go. Hopefully you can see a lot of that, even the drive shaft's still in there. Everything's all still built up, and that's one thing for us to strip once we get the rest of the suspension off the car. But there we go. That is one corner off, and what we're going to do now is start on the left side. There we go, all the rear corners are now stripped. They're all apart, not stripped, but they're all off the car, as you can see. I've got the caliper hanging there, out the way. And yeah, it's looking pretty empty under there now, but slightly changed fans and stripping. I started to take the dampers off separately, just because then it would be a lot lighter to actually pull the corner out of the car as a whole. But I mean, just have a look at them. I mean, compared to, if I throw the camera around, if you compare those to these ones, I think I know which ones I would prefer, that's for sure. So yeah, definitely a needed upgrade anyway. But yeah, with those coming out, I think those will look a lot better. And also when these get done, the actual corners themselves, I think the whole rear end is going to look pretty immaculate, I should say, and also feel a whole lot better, especially with all the new bushes going in. But yeah, this is probably going to be the next plan. I'm going to strip the rear down and then hopefully move on to the front once the rear is all stripped. So yeah, I mean, you can have a look at them here. We need to get the drive shafts out. Then we'll probably take off the top arms, and then move on to the lower arm there, and then sort of move on to this section here, and then hopefully these should come apart fairly quickly. I can't really see having too much trouble with them because, I mean, some of these components actually look quite new, as you can see there, newish brushes, stickers still there as well, so hopefully should all come apart fairly easily. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. So yeah, I'm gonna get on with that, and I'll see you when they're done. Right, so we basically just finished off stripping the corners down. There's a few little components that still need to come apart, but I'm going to basically do that off camera just because they're a bit funny to do and could take a while, and I think that might get quite boring, especially to watch. So yeah, it's just these top arms here. I'm not sure if you can see that. I might turn the camera around actually so you can see a bit better. But yeah, these sections here always get a bit stuck. The ball joints just like to spin. And same with the bottom as well. So all three of them will have to come off. They're just, yeah, definitely easier sometimes, but it's the way it's gone. But these are all stripped, so as you can see, there's nothing left in other than these mounting points here. So these have to come apart. I think we actually have to cut these one off, but I'm not too sure. But again, I'll probably do that off camera because it's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. But yeah, now we're going to move on to stripping the front suspension. So I've got the wheels off. I'm going to go ahead and basically start off with moving the calipers, brake disc, and then I should be able to hopefully drop parts of the top mounts of the suspension, and then also drop the main subframe mount. Then hopefully with like a jack, I should be able to go underneath and pull the whole section down and lower it down onto the floor, and then basically have to pull it out with a jack. Hopefully anyway. Worst case comes to worst, I'll just probably take off a few bits, probably like the dampers. They might get in the way slightly, but yeah, hopefully shouldn't be too bad of a job, and then get them out, you know, fairly quickly. And then I'll be moving on to stripping the front suspension. So yeah, let's see how we get on. So we're finally at the point. We've just gotten the front subframe out of all the suspension. Was a bit of fun, a few little stuck components under there, but again, finally got it out, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think I will be stripping this off video though, just because a few of the bits I did want to take off what was in the car. Didn't really want to come undone, a bit like the drop links and the steering rack. I wanted to try and get out a bit, but they were just so stuck that I just thought it's probably better off once it's all out the car. And yeah, so yeah, I'll probably do that off video, same with the rest of the rear suspension, just because it might get a bit boring when I'm just trying to undo basically one bolt the whole video. So yeah, but let me show it you. You can see it's all come off. The fun part was actually the steering rack really more than anything. These two fittings where the fluid goes in. Basically, I couldn't get to them while it was in the car, so I had to drop the front subframe, as you may have seen, undo it, and then basically let all the fluid go all over the floor. So that was fun. So now more than anything, I've just got a job of cleaning up a load of the mess that I've just made. But oh well, that's part of doing these sort of jobs sometimes. And then I'm going to organise all the bolts, make sure they're all laid out, ready to go back in, along with the front ones, as you may have seen me doing them earlier with our bagging machine. So yeah, all good really. I mean, everything's out. All the front dampers, I did take them off as well separately. Made it a lot easier also to get the actual subframe under the car. I would have had to have done it anyway. So, but yeah, No, at least it's all out, all ready to be stripped. Should be done fairly quickly. I would think by the start of the next video, hopefully we'll be starting on the engine. I can show you all these bits stripped and ready to go to be plastered. But yeah, these are the rear ones here, as I've already mentioned, and the front damper as well. Looking very old and definitely in need of a change, I think. So, as I said earlier, these new dampers will definitely come in and suit the car very nicely, I think. Very, very much needed upgrade. But yeah, all the calipers, everything's up all out the way. So yeah, I'm gonna get on with cleaning up, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment and keep following along with the project. Really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.